Alright, well, here's another big old pile of Euro shit that I've been listening to that's been clogging up my recent spins. This is a reissue. I don't remember what year. Jerusalem Monster hard rock LP from the early 70s, originally on Duram. I believe this is on colored vinyl. Yeah, purple vinyl. This record is great. I mean, you know, I don't buy very many reissues, but I mean, something like this, I'm never going to see an original of this, and if I do, likely there's no way I could afford it. So I went ahead and got the reissue of this a while back. Really, really good. I think side 2 is way better than side 1. So recently, is it Christopher Peterson, I think, showed these, and he also showed that he had gotten originals of these to replace these. So alas, I only have these same ones that he showed. These are UK reissues from the mid-80s of the 2 LPs from Warhorse. Really good. Early 70s, hard rock, prog. I mean, yeah, the covers are, you know, compared to the originals, the covers suck and everything, but, you know, it's all about the music. And again, I mean, the chances of me finding originals of these, I think, is pretty slim, but these are mid-80s UK repressings, reissues of the 2 Warhorse albums. Originally issued on Vertigo. I think that's, never mind. So I was listening to a bunch of Helden and Helden related things lately. This is the solo album, East West, from Richard Pinus. Excellent record. For me, really, really gets going after the first track on side 1. The first track on side 1 is fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not as good as the rest of it. I believe this is from 1979. This is an original pressing on Pulse, great label. Of course, he was the driving force behind Helden, and so as well as listening to this, I pulled out a bunch of my Helden records. I have early or original pressings of all of their records except their first one, Electronic Guerrilla, whatever. This is an early pressing of the second Helden LP on Urus. I believe the first pressing was on Disjunta or something like that. So yeah, I mean, this is from the next year, whatever it was, 73 or something like that. Helden 2, Aletheia. Really, really good. This is probably the mellowest Helden LP, but really, really good. Helden 2 or whatever. This is also on Urus. It is the third Helden LP, entitled Third. Again, the first repressing of this after the original, I think, was on Disjuncto or Disjunta or whatever, however you pronounce that. Killer. This record's great. I absolutely love Helden. And so, yeah, I was spinning a bunch of their stuff. I guess one more. I also pulled out my copy of Stand By. I think this is Heldon's 7th record, I believe, and their last one. This one is great. I mean, this one is right up there with their best, I think. I don't remember what label this is on. Egg. So this is the pressing on Egg. I don't remember off the top of my head if that is the original or not. It's got the insert in it. So, yeah. So, yeah, went on a bit of a Heldon kick there. Oftentimes I won't pull just one band by an artist, but multiples to, you know, spin a variety of stuff. This is an original Green Brain pressing of Macula Transfer from Edgar Froese. Excellent, excellent record. I think this is his 3rd solo LP. I don't remember. But just really, really good. As I said, original Green Brain pressing of that from Tangerine Dream, of course. And so spinning that got me in the mood for some Tangerine Dream. And so I have all of these records individually, but I also have this box set on Virgin, 1970 to 1980. It's got, I think, 4 records in it, plus a really nice booklet and a bunch of unreleased tracks and stuff like that. So, yeah, I didn't obviously spin all of these. I spun a few of them. But, yeah, I love Tangerine Dream, of course. There's Edgar Froese right there. What records are in here? I want to say their first 4 records are in here. No, that's not right. Oh well. Moving on. Was jamming this killer jazz rock LP from Embryo. We Keep On with Charlie Mariano on the BASF label. Really, really good jazz rock. Funky at times. This is an American pressing of this. American original pressing. Embryo. This is an original German pressing on Nova of Amandul 2 and their double LP made in Germany. This record's really, really good. Like, I don't know, I'm a huge fan of this band, and I think this one is excellent. There's, I mean, you know, not every track is great, but like, there's a symphonic suite that opens up side 1 of this record that is just absolutely amazing. Goes into a killer song right after that. Again, original German pressing on Nova. Made in Germany, Amandul 2. This is a really cool LP on the Pronit label out of Poland. This is a Polish hard rock band from the early 70s or mid 70s called Test. It's an original Polish pressing, but the sleeve is this really flimsy thing, so I don't keep the record in there or anything. On the Pronit label, excellent, just excellent, you know, mid 70s hard rock. Highly recommended. These aren't super expensive, but I mean, I don't know how readily you can come by them. Yeah. Polish hard rock band from the early 70s. Test. Excellent. This is the second and also inferior LP from Hard Stuff entitled Bolex Dementia. This is an original American pressing on Mercury from, I don't know, like 74 or something like that. There's some pretty good moments on it, but it pales compared to their first one, Bulletproof. I mean, I'm glad I have it and everything, and I don't spin this one nearly as much as the other one. John Gustafson is in that band, and he was in Quatermass and Roxy Music, amongst other things. You know what, I think I'm going to save this record for another video. It doesn't quite fit in with what I got going on here. Anyways, this is an original German pressing on Deutsche Grammophon of Ennio Morricone's Gruppe Nuova Consonanza. New group of consonants or something like that, I don't know. Avant-garde, dissonance, but very cool. Original German pressing on Deutsche Grammophon. So I don't know, I was listening to, I love, if you ever watched, you know, any of my videos going way back to like even my old deleted channel, you probably know that I'm a huge fan of the Italian composers and stuff like that. So got out that Morricone, got out this Morricone. This is an original Italian pressing of a really cool record, double LP, that just collects tracks from his Western scores. Has a really nice booklet in it with great pictures and stuff like that. All in Italian, so I mean, you know, the information's not totally accessible to me. I Grandi Westerns Italiani, Ennio Morricone. And then I think that there's about like 4 or 5 records that RCA Italiane did for Morricone stuff. I have 2 of them, and I'm trying to get all of them. They're all from like the mid to early 70s. This one's I film della violenza, or I assume that means, you know, violent films or whatever. So this is all music from films, thrillers and giallo and things like that. Again, double LP set with a really, really nice booklet inside of it. And again, I want to say there's 2 or 3 more in this series where you've got just really beautiful package of a 2 LP compilated set of tracks from Morricone. And those I am attempting to hunt down. These ones, believe it or not, I actually found in the wild. And I found them for super cheap. Again, original Italian pressing on RCA Italiana. I film della violenza, Ennio Morricone. Moving on. This is Collage from Leorm. Fabulous record, fabulous cover. I love this record. This is, I believe, Leorm's second record, but their first as a fully fledged prog rock band. They had a late 60s LP that was more beat, you know, beat rock and roll, garage beat sort of stuff. Yeah. Killer. This is not an original, unfortunately, but it is like a 1975 pressing on Philips. Leorm Collage. Excellent record. Pulled out a couple of records to listen to by a French progressive band named Pulsar. Really, really good band. This is, I believe, their first record, entitled Pollen. This is a Japanese repressing. I think this album originally came out around 73 or 74. This is a Japanese pressing from maybe 78 or 79. There's a whole bunch of really cool European prog records that were released as this European rock collection out of Japan. And this one is just absolutely mint. So anyways, this band Pulsar, French progressive rock, spacey a little bit, atmospheric, really, really good. This is their first LP entitled Pollen. Then I also pulled out their third LP entitled Halloween. This one is from, I want to say, 75 or 76. It's got some water damage down here, but I got this for like $5. Really pleased to get it. I want to say about 3 or 4 months ago. This is their third LP. I don't have their second LP, unfortunately. Again, very spacey, atmospheric. Yeah, really, really good. French progressive band Pulsar. Pulled out my American original of May Blitz's first LP, so not on Vertigo. This is on Paramount out of the US. It's a good hard rock record. I don't think it's as good as some people do. There's a lot of good early 70s hard rock that's better than this, but it's still really, really good. May Blitz first LP, American original on Paramount. This is, I believe, a UK-based hard rock band called Bedlam. Features some guys that I think went on to do other stuff. Dave Ball, Cozy Powell. Not great from top to bottom. You know, when they mellow it out, it's not so hot, but the rockin' tracks are good. This is an original promo American copy of this on Chrysalis or Chrysalis, white label promo. Features Felix Pappalardi of Mountain on some of the tracks. This is an original American pressing on Probe of a sort of strange UK, I guess it's psych band called Plus, The Seven Deadly Sins. Runs down, you know, a sort of psychedelic liturgical experience discussing the seven deadly sins. Yeah, I mean, it's got a cool die cut cover and some of the tracks are cool and stuff, but I've heard better. This is, I don't remember if it's their 4th or 5th LP from Cluster from 1981, I believe. Curiosum on Sky. I just love Sky. I'll buy almost anything I find on this label. Really, really good. Mobius Rodelius. Cluster. Curiosum from 1981. This is an original German pressing of this. So I was listening to both of my records, the first 2 records by German progressive group SFF. This is their first LP, Symphonic Pictures on Brain. Really good. Fantastic instrumentation all over the place. Killer players. Schicke, Furs, and Frohling. It's the guy's 3 last names, SFF. This is their first LP on Brain, entitled Symphonic Pictures. I also pulled out their second LP, entitled Sunburst. This one I think is better. This frickin' record is so good. So good. Highly, highly recommended. And you can get it for cheap. It's not a really expensive record at all, but it is absolutely fantastic. Both of these records are not expensive. If you want to try one, I recommend this one, the second record from SFF or Schicke, Furs, and Frohling, entitled Sunburst. Killer. Pulled out some more Gentle Giant to spin. This is Octopus on Vertigo. This is a spaceship pressing, not a swirl, unfortunately. But I'm very glad to at least have the Roger Dean cover. So this is like a UK pressing from, I don't know, 75 or 76, something like that. This is probably my favorite Gentle Giant record. I like Gentle Giant a lot. I have like their first 5 or 6 records, I think, and I think this is my favorite one. Octopus on Vertigo. And then I think this is their 5th record. I was listening to this one as well on WWA in a Glass House. This is really good too. This one's got a cool sort of transparent window in the front. This is an original UK pressing of this in a glass, what did I say? In a glass house. In a glass window. What an idiot. Gentle Giant. I don't know, handful more. We're getting there. This is an interesting record. French sort of jazz rock, soul fusion band. I assume it's Troc or something like that on Psy Records, CY. Musically, this thing is great. This is an original French pressing. Excuse me. However, the problem I have with this record is the vocals. Vocals are by a guy named, well, it's basically his band. He wrote most of the songs. Alex Ligertwood. I'm not a fan of his vocals. So while I can just absolutely dig the music here, the vocals, hard to swallow for me. Troc, French jazz rock, jazz soul fusion on Psy Records from 1970. I don't know. Early 70s, I think. This is really, 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 really good. This is the second LP from the UK, second and I guess final LP from the UK progressive folk band Comus, To Keep From Crying. Excellent, excellent record. I think, you know, a lot of people know the first record more than they know the second record. The second record, trust me, is way cheaper if you want an original. This is an original UK pressing of this. Did not set me back $800 or $1,000 or whatever. Yeah, so you could get this for probably $30, and it's fantastic. On Virgin original UK pressing of the second and final LP from Comus, To Keep From Crying. Highly recommended. This is an original American pressing, also on Paramount, of Affinity. Really, really good jazz pop, jazz rock band from the UK. I believe originally pressed in the UK on Vertigo. You know, those go for a lot. These American pressings you can get for not outrageously expensive. I mean, not cheap, but... So yeah, this is really, really good. This is one of these packages. I love everything about it. Marvelous cover, great photo of the band, and then the music to go with it. Killer sort of folk jazz rock, I guess. Affinity from 1970, I believe. Original American pressing on Paramount. And then I don't go too long without listening to some Nucleus, so I pulled out a couple more Nucleus records. This is an original UK pressing on Vertigo of their first LP, Elastic Rock. This is a swirl, so I will pull that out even though it's a uni-pack and show that to you. The first LP from Nucleus, Elastic Rock, absolutely fabulous. Funky jazz, jazz rock from Ian Carr and friends. Chris Spedding is on this one. Carl Jenkins, John Marshall. Yeah, killer. And then the last one that I have to show is another Nucleus record that I was jamming. This one's from '75, entitled Alley Cat. This is also an original UK pressing on Vertigo. Spaceship pressing at this time. Again, more of the same. Killer, killer, funky, jazz rock from Nucleus. All right, people. Take care.